So this right here is diesel and used motor oil, basically mixed 1-to-1. And this is something that people have used for a very long time to help protect wooden things like fence posts and barns and all sorts of stuff. So it was a way to use up kind of old used motor oil and help protect wood. And apparently it works pretty darn well. And I've always wanted to try it, and I figured this little bridge project was the perfect chance to do it. I got it mixed up, and I guess I'll start spreading it and see what it looks like. First initial reaction is it's soaking in really well with that 50-50 mix, which I think is probably a good thing. It's got like a green hue to it. I'm assuming that's just because of the wood I'm putting it on. And I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like once it's actually dried. I only made it about halfway across the bridge with an entire quart of this stuff, so it's really sucking it down into the wood, which again, probably a good thing. Now I know I'm gonna get some comments about this being horrible for the environment or X, Y, or Z, but I'm not really so sure that it is, because if you think back to the days where the old timers did this all the time, they didn't have a recycling plant that they could take their used oil to. So instead of just dumping it in the garbage or in the field, they came up with useful solutions for it, like putting it on their wood fences and barns and such, which is kind of the same thing as a wood stain, although I will say this doesn't dry like a wood stain necessarily would. However, in order to get this stuff recycled, the amount of diesel and motor oil that has to be spent in big trucks and big pieces of machinery just to get this stuff back to be able to be used as an additive in a new product, it makes you wonder. I mean, I don't know, is it really that bad? All right, I got it all put on and it's still a little wet, so we're gonna go do some other stuff, let this dry up a bit, and then I'll show you guys what it turned out like. If you've been following along for a while now, you'll know that I've been on the mission to create a 100% made in the USA leather belt, and it's for a new brand that we're starting called Proven Hands. I actually just received a brand new shipment of leather that is the stuff. I've got nothing but great things to say about it. I've been searching for a long time, so enjoy these clips of me unboxing the brand new leather as well as putting together the latest prototype for the Proven Hands leather belt. Now, you know, I've been putting these belts to the ringer, using them every day, but I think it's time for a serious strength test. So we're about to hook this thing up to the tractor and see what it can do. That ain't going nowhere. It picked it up no problem, but then I jerked it on the way down and it ripped it straight through one of these belt buckle holes. But the real question is does it still fit? Is it stretched out crazily or not? Because that's really the main thing. I don't think it's stretched hardly at all. I think it's stretched, let's see. Yeah, it's stretched 2 whole sizes. You can see it on me. It stretched 2 whole sizes with, I don't really know how much that weighs. I'll put it on the screen here. I'll look it up and see how much that implement weighs. But with that thing bouncing around, it only stretched that much. I'd call that a success, kind of. Now, the Proven Hands leather belt is not for sale yet, and this whole thing has been costing us quite a lot of money. I've invested quite a bit in developing this belt and trying out a whole bunch of leathers and different materials and things, and we're very, very close, but we're just not quite there. But in order to help us get there and create some inventory, we decided to launch the Proven Hands Chore Tee and the Field Tee for pre-order right now on our website at provenhands.com. You can also check the link in the description below. Now, these are super high quality shirts. They're 100% made in the USA, from the cotton grown in the ground all the way to the box that we ship them into you. Now, again, they're pre-order, and we're doing that because we just simply can't afford to go get a whole bunch of inventory without knowing whether or not y'all actually want these things. So go check those out if you're interested. It's free shipping, free returns. We want to make sure it's as easy as a process as possible for you, so it's as low risk for you because it's your hard-earned money after all, and we just want to make sure that we're getting the highest quality products in your hands as possible. Kind of going through the container here and figuring out what I might need in case of a storm. I've got both generators out. I'm gonna fire them up, make sure that they're both working. Made sure I got chains for the chainsaw, and now I'm worried about gas. I actually have these giant fuel tanks from Vivor. I'll leave a link to these in the description. These are pretty awesome. This one, 55 gallons of diesel. Don't need to worry about that. I will not need that much diesel, but I'm going to get a little bit at the store. This guy over here I use for ethanol-free gas. It's 35 gallons, I think. It's got a little transfer pump and everything on it. Super handy. Manual transfer pump. So I'm going to take this on the trailer, go fill this thing mostly up, and that'll give us a ton of fuel for generators, chainsaws, all that sort of stuff. Got her well secured. This makes me a little bit nervous, honestly, carrying this thing around. But this is the best way I found to do it on a trailer, strapped in very well. Because once you fill this thing up, real difficult to move. Man, that hurts right there, but that's a small price to pay to be prepared. And obviously, we'll use this gas up. Now the lawnmower is broken, so I'm borrowing my dad's lawnmower. But I'm sending it back, and we're going to fill it up. I just wanted to show you guys how cool this thing is. I've been using it for a while now, but it's just a very simple transfer tank. You can see the fuel going in. And you can actually siphon fuel by just turning the handle in the opposite direction. But it fills up very, very fast. So it's a lot easier than using a gas can. I use it pretty much exclusively for filling up the lawnmower and other lawn equipment. But yeah, it makes the whole process just simple. about to go outside and check out the bridge. You want to go?
Yeah.
Get some shoes on.
Yeah.
All right, we're back out here to check out the bridge, see how it turned out. It's been quite a while, and I covered it up with this metal roofing because we got some rain, or expecting some rain, and I wanted to give it some time to cure. So let's pull these things off and see how it turned out.
Wow.
I don't think there's any denying its effectiveness to repel water. You can see it's beating up and just easily sort of running off of there. So it does seem to be doing its job. Would have been more ideal if I'd obviously done this before I built it so I could coat both sides and the underside and all that. But you know, it was an afterthought and kind of a bit of an experiment. But Molly, what do you think about the look? Because that's a big factor.
It's really pretty.
You think so?
Yeah. It looks so good.
Well, good. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm a little indifferent.
Why?
Because I really like the natural look of it. I think if I did another coat with more heavy on the oil side, it might take out some of this greenish hue that I'm seeing.
Oh, I think it's fine. I think before it looked too new.
Too new.
You know?
Yeah. It's going to gray out some too. So
Yeah.
this is really a long-term experiment. We'll have to see how this works out. I don't know what I'll use this on in the future or anything like that, but I definitely think it was worth trying out and a good experiment on this bridge. Well, folks, the last few weeks have been absolutely incredible, bringing our son into this world, our precious little baby boy, Owen. And I will say that I am so grateful and thankful for all of your comments and thoughts and prayers over the last few weeks. If you didn't know, Molly's been dealing with some complications. Things are getting better, but we're looking forward to things getting back to sort of normal for her. With that said, though, we've gotten sort of a routine down, and it looks like I'll be able to start working on the cabin floor system this next week, so be on the lookout for that. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all this love and support. Don't forget to go check out provenhands.com if you will. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.